Good morning, Wilson. Today is Tuesday, January 17, 2017. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
And I'm Peter Rivera.
And this is your News in Minutes. An armed passing motorist is credited with saving the life of an Arizona State trooper on January 12th. The trooper was investigating a rollover accident as it was blocking off traffic. He was ambushed by the suspect in the initial confrontation. The suspect shot the trooper in the shoulder and right chest area, disabling the use of the trooper's right hand and right arm. The gunman then attacked the trooper with his hands, bashing his head into the pavement. A passing motorist stopped and heard the trooper asking for someone to please help him. The hero driver retreated to his vehicle, grabbed a weapon from the vehicle, confronted the suspect, and gave him orders to stop assaulting the officer. When the suspect refused, the passerby shot and killed the suspect. A former Whitehall Township man was charged with leading police on an October 21st car chase on Route 22 that began when police ran his minivan's license number through a computer and found he should not be driving. Barry Marr, 54 years old, was arraigned on charges of driving with a suspended license, reckless driving, and illegal possession of controlled substances. In Athens, Georgia, about $2,000 was reportedly stolen during a burglary. Police believe that the thief entered the home by removing the screen to a front window and stole both fine and custom jewelry, 2 beers, a bottle of Southern Comfort, and a burrito, and a pound of ground beef.
A 12-year-old New York City boy is accused of pulling a gun on a classmate and demanding that she give him her chicken nugget. Police say the boy first approached the girl inside a McDonald's in Harlem on Tuesday, January 10th. He asked her for one of her chicken nuggets. When the girl refused, the boy followed her to a nearby subway station and pointed a gun at her head. The girl smacked the gun away and told the boy to leave her alone. She reported the incident the next day to school officials. The 12-year-old boy has been arrested and charged with attempted robbery. CVS announced that they have created a generic version of Mylan's EpiPen. The new generic version can be purchased for $109, which is about 1/6 of the price of Mylan's EpiPen. 55-year-old Daniel Blackwell got into an argument with his wife after she took a bite out of his grilled cheese sandwich. Blackwell then barricaded himself in the basement and attempted to shoot and kill his wife through the floor into the kitchen where his wife was standing. The woman fled the house with her 3 children and contacted police. Blackwell was arrested and charged with attempted murder, assault, and reckless endangerment.
A 15-year-old Schuylkill County girl was taken into custody after suspicious Thursday morning fire destroyed a Tower City area home. State police said their investigation found that the fire that gutted the 2-story house in Porter Township had several points of origin. Police did not say why the girl was being held. Amazon, which has quickly become one of Lehigh Valley's largest employers, said it plans to create more than 100,000 full-time, full-benefit jobs in the United States over the next 18 months. 30-year-old Rashid Nassim from Pakistan just broke a world record. Nassim, who is trained in martial arts, said he had been preparing to break the world record for over 6 months. The record will be a hard one to crack. Nassim managed to crack open 43 coconuts in 60 seconds using only his head.
Former President Barack Obama bestowed the Presidential Medal of Freedom on Joe Biden, the man he called the finest vice president we have ever seen. Former Vice President Biden was in shock as Obama announced that he was conferring the nation's highest civil honor on his right-hand man for 48 years. This was the last time former President Obama would present the honor. The Los Angeles Rams have named their next head football coach at 30 years old. Sean McVay becomes the youngest head coach in NFL history. He replaces Jeff Fisher, who was fired last month. Animal control officers in Arlington, Virginia got a big surprise while responding to a call at an apartment. An anaconda in a toilet. Officers were able to get the snake out of the toilet safely and bring it back to their shelter. The snake was a juvenile and has since been found a new home that can adequately care for the snake, which when fully grown can be up to 13 feet long and more than 100 pounds.
Nintendo announced that its Nintendo Switch video game console will sell for about $260. The gaming console will go on sale in Japan beginning on March 3rd. When the console makes it across the ocean, the retail price here in the United States will be around $299.99. Nick Taylor, a 23-year-old Michigan man, received a $128 traffic ticket. The reason for the ticket, he left his vehicle unattended. Taylor wanted to warm up his car on the cold morning, so he went out to start his car, and when he went inside while the car warmed up, even though the car was in the driveway, the reason for the ticket was due to the fact that the car was running with the keys in the ignition and was unattended.
Nancy Holton, a 42-year-old Dutch vegan, applied for a Swiss passport. Holton moved to Switzerland from Netherlands when she was 8 years old, and now has children who are Swiss nationals. However, when she tried to get a Swiss passport for herself, her application was rejected because the locals found her too annoying. The main cause of the annoyance, Holton campaigned against the use of cowbells in the village. The locals believe that since she does not accept Swiss tradition and the Swiss way of life, then she should not be able to become an official national. An Illinois man who was found guilty of stealing a television remote from an apartment complex has been sentenced to 22 years in prison. Eric Bramwell took the universal remote from an apartment building but dropped a glove before he left. The DNA sample taken from the glove matched Bramwell's DNA that was recorded on the state's convicted felon database. Due to his criminal history, Bramwell must serve at least half of the sentence before becoming eligible for parole.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of News in Minutes.
Make sure you check back next week, in 2 weeks, for the next episode.
And make sure to follow Warrior News on Instagram and Twitter at Warrior News 15. For now, that's all we have. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
And I'm Peter Rivera.
We'll see you in a minute or two.